Maryland heads to Nebraska. Nebraska, a 2-point home dog, total of 43.5. This one's 11 a.m. Central Time on Peacock. And let's look at some numbers. Obviously, Nebraska's got, 9 starters down on offense? It's just putrid. For the full season, this would have Maryland favored by 4.06, just based on stats. This is garbage time thrown out, by the way. So these are non-garbage time statistics. Nebraska, power rated as a 5-point dog to Maryland. But again, this is full season, etc. It's a bit of a mess. The Nebraska offense, yikes. But the defense, is okay. Defense is not terrible. Actually, they're really good. Number 20 in predicted points added per drive. It's just that offense is number 103. Maryland, very middle of the road with everything, right? Number 60 in PPA per drive on offense. Number 61 PPA per drive on defense. But this is the full season. So you've got two teams that are very similar when it comes to the 5 factors plus talent rank. That's certainly something to pay attention to. Neither team commits a bunch of penalties. You look at turnover margin, it is terrible for Nebraska, but a lot of that had to do with early in the season. So let's pull up the last 4 weeks, and this thing flips like crazy because Maryland has just completely dropped down. And yes, some of it has to do with who they've played, but this Maryland team has just lost the plot. They are completely inept. They can't stop the run, or they can't run the ball, excuse me. Even passing the ball, they're number 84 in PPA per pass. Look at this metric here. Havoc rate. So Nebraska's defense in the last 4 weeks is number 5 in havoc created. Maryland's offense, number 125 in havoc allowed. That is a disaster. And the one thing that Maryland is really good at, on passing down success rate and whatnot, they're number 27 on offense in the past 4 weeks. Nebraska's defense is number 1. So I don't know that Maryland's going to score a ton of points, but on the other side, it's not like Nebraska is all that great at doing anything on offense. It's an absolute mess over here. So what I do see is Nebraska likes to run the ball. They're running the ball 64% of the time, somewhere around there, 65. But they're number 104 in rushing success rate. But something that they might be able to have a little bit of success with is because they're explosive running the ball, number 47 in rushing explosiveness over the last 4 weeks. Maryland's defense is number 60 in that. But Nebraska's offensive line, stuff rate allowed, they're number 14, even with injuries, etc. They're number 38 in offensive line yards. I think they'll be able to get a push here. So both teams need this one for a bowl game. I think that I'm going to go with Nebraska to cover here. I know that sounds bananas, but plus the 2.5, maybe we can get a 3 at some point. But even plus 2.5 for show purposes, I'm going to roll with the Cornhuskers at home. I think they can get this thing done. Maryland falling off the face of the planet. Mike Mack jumped in. Maryland fell off the last month, but it's a tough conference. Yeah, and he also said Nebraska is hit and miss. Yeah, they are. But that's some of these teams are not worth betting on, to be completely honest, but it is what it is.
Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter @GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.